a good pre-Eve Armageddon to everyone. Rory, how you doing, buddy?
I'm just a little bit worried. Something looks like it's going to get you. What's that behind you?
Jesus,
It's like octopus or
yeah,
something.
it's really close. It's uncomfortably close to me. We should fix this. How's it going over there in the UK?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I am not surrounded by tentacled masses, and therefore feeling pretty good.
All right, good. Well, I've been working on rock and roll this morning, getting the rock and roll genre going. I'm like
Good
almost
stuff.
done. That's why we're a little late because I was trying to do a few last minute things. But let me show you where we are here. I'm going to switch over to this view. Looks like the top of my head's cropped off here. Let me just do that a little bit. And I've got a whole bunch of songs in the music rock right here. I got 118 of them, to be specific. Let's go look at the code. Code 118. We want to change this over here. That's my new genre. Now, what I want to do, I think I really want to do is I want to pick a random genre right here. I want to come in here and say this dot pick random genre, like that. That's in my drone game. I'm going to change that to select random genre. And let's go declare that. Or let's just copy it to the clipboard rather. And let's come in here. Yeah, there we go. Just function. Select random genre. And
We did not appear to. Oh, sorry, it's the view we're on, isn't it? Sorry, I was going to say Legendary Moo says tentacles and aliens, but has had no fanfare as a result. But that's because of the view we're on, isn't it?
Right. This is a locked view. As soon as we switch to a normal view like this and someone else sends any chat message out, Legendary Moo's intro will appear. So that's what's going on.
Fair
there.
enough.
All right, so now we've got a random genre. So now we need to do, I don't even remember how to do this in, what is it? It's math.random. I am remembering it in, there we go. Math.random gets me a number between 0 and 1. I'm going to say multiply that by this dot genres dot length. And that's going to give me my index right there. So we're going to say let index equal, tn for number, like that. Okay, so let index numbers equal that times genre link, and I think I want to do math.floor on that. Like that. And then, now that I've got my index, that's going to be, we're going to say our random genre is going to be this dot genres dot, genres of index dot name, like that. And so there's my active genre. So I've done that. And then I think that's all I need to do. I think it's just going to find the rock files in there. I think once we do this, though, I think we need to send a chat message out here. So we'll say chat, playing, text genre is active, playing music. Oh, wait. This is because we're not actually starting it yet. I don't think I want to send a chat message here because we're just creating an instance of the boombox, and I'm not entirely sure when that instance is created.
Sure.
I've got a get instance function here, which could help out a little bit. I've got a start music. Do I have it in start music? Am I creating an instance? Well, I guess I'm not going to give any feedback is I think what I'm going to do. So let's try that at least and see if that works. So we're going to refresh the drone game here. And I'll do it live on the stream. So there's the drone game right there. Why is the active song count set to a number smaller than the number of songs available per genre? What? I don't think that's
There's
true.
a follow-up line to our initialization just then. I forget what the figures were, though.
Oh, there was an active song count piece right there. Hold on, let's go look at that. Find our way back over there.
There we go,
Active
77, which is one more than the amount in action, and again, techno is less.
Absolutely right. That's not good. Totally awesome, excellent point. That's not good. I think what we need to also do is we need to come in here and we need to say active song count is equal to this dot genres of index dot count. We'll do that. And then now we've got active genre is equal to select. Why don't we just do this? I don't think I want it to return anymore. I just want to do this, and then this, and then this, like that. That's what I think I want to do.
Yeah.
Let's go back and refresh the drone game one more time. It just finished loading, but oh, so sad. All right, we're going to refresh it. Cool. So I'm just wrapping this up. I think that's going to work. And if that works, then we'll continue on to polishing up the Dungeons and Dragons game, the dice rolling on it. I don't have a huge agenda of things I want to do, but I want to spend some time looking at it, getting a sense, making sure all of the features are kind of working as expected, and then kind of implementing some features that were not as important, but just smaller, minor things just to give it that fit and finish that we're looking for. Thanks, Legendary Move, for that. Excellent. What's interesting is Legendary Move's fanfare is not playing. I'm thinking I got to maybe restart is what I'm thinking I got to do.
Maybe.
See what I've got. Where is my... Yeah, I think Mr. Nutsbot actually is not running. So, which...
that would also do it.
Yeah, which means I think we're going to have problems elsewhere. I think we're going to close this. I think we can... Should we wait? There, just finished. We could try, do a quick test, but I'm pretty sure... Let's see. Did that work? You're welcome. Try one more time. Music. My stuff's not working on my side. Not working here either. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to restart. Sorry about that, kids.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Yeah, so this was running since yesterday, so let's switch back over to the tentacle view. And we'll come in. We're going to close all this stuff down. Looks like we're shutting down now. This is one of my favorite... one of my favorite apps that I built is that little Twitch chat monitor piece I've shown you a couple times. Shows me what's going on. Being stopped, but it's not yet complete. All right, cool. So that's done. Let's go kill every instance of Chrome, which I've done there. Let's come back in and let's hit start.
Those tentacles are really hypnotic.
They're not bad. Kind of cool. Got a Twitch purple thing going on there.
Yeah, nice.
I'm not into the little lines around my head around here. See these lines right here? They're really bugging me, and it's all because I believe it's all because I upgraded my Logitech cameras to the new firmware version. I had two cameras. As soon as I did it, I noticed on the one, and like I don't know, maybe like an idiot, I then upgraded the next one. I assumed it was something I could fix in software, but I haven't found anything yet, and I've spent a fair amount of time exploring. Not happy with that. Okay, so now we're resetting. That means we'll get a fanfare. Fanfare should be working once we get off of the restricted screen, which I'm going to do right now. It looks like we're up and loaded and running, so here we go. Let's do this. Let's... just double check. The drone game appears to be loading, but is it going to be a refresh cache? I'm going to click on the refresh cache of that and force it one more time. That loaded way too fast for me to be comfortable with that. There's no way that's working. One more.
That doesn't seem to.
Yeah, it didn't load at all.
Having said which.
This isn't good, Rory. It's not good. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. Just... Oh, Jesus. There was an explosion off to the side over there. Run, little guy, run. So
One day.
Yeah, one day. It looks like we got a perf issue here in OBS with the smoke. That's not happy to me. Do we have music working now? Am I really looking at a restart? Surrender is in the house. time here. Any shot of this working? Music? No. Music is not working. Drone game not working. I think we're going to shut down the stream and restart it. That's about the only thing I can think of on this. Unless you got any ideas to save me on this, Rory.
Nothing
I think
obvious, to be honest.
I think I have to restart OBS. That's my problem. That's what I believe is the solution, rather. Anything else I can do? Anything else I can do?
You could test it through Chrome, see if it'll show up there.
That's true, we could. So let's do that. The drone overlay. Let's bring up the drone overlay in Chrome. We'll work out it. We'll play it over here. Time for Roy to do stand up for a coup. Couple of minutes. Oh, look at this. Look at what I saw. I saw this because this thing wasn't resized
okay.
for a couple of minutes. Certainly Dev said that. This is one of my favorite apps. It runs all the time and works all the time because I'm not like, starting and restarting and stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. But it's nice. Okay, how are we doing over here? Still loading? It's so funny, Rory. This morning I was like, he is the mind over you don't matter. He is the gain in your pain. He is the rain in your parade. He is the question to your unanswered prayer. Will Bennett, whoa kids! Mr. Nutsbut's like, whoa kids, Will Bennett's in the house. Nice. Yeah, this is not comfortable to me, right here.
Ooh.
I'm not happy with that.
That's pegged.
It's a lot of Visual Studio too. I'm like, it's so funny, Rory. Like I was thinking, should I restart everything? I said that about 30 minutes ago. You should anti-alias your head after every shave. Yeah, I'd love to do that. It's like I'm upset because these are super expensive, or not super expensive cameras, but they're like among the most expensive cameras out there, the Logitech Brios, for this stuff. And so everything was fine till I upgraded to the firmware version 2.0, and then this started happening, and I'm like, what? I want to undo that upgrade. Well, what do we got? We're at 74%. That's without Visual Studio stressing things out. This thing's loaded now, apparently. So let's try the music again. See what happens now. Oh, it's working on the stream, too.
Oh.
Let's right-click this and mute this piece. Okay, now let's change our genre. Speaking of which, this is what my Stream Deck control looks like here. I'm just going to copy that. Sounds like I'm in the action genre. Let's paste this and change this to rock. So I've got a button to switch it over to rock. Action rock. Like that. You see that? I'm going to do that. Now let's try hitting that button. Next song played will be rock. I got 2 announcer bots in there getting the message. Oh, I know why, because I've got this one up here too, I think. I think this is coming from here and the one on the stream. That's why I think I have 2. So not too stressed about that. And Surly Dev's out. He's out twice on 2 different worlds. It's kind of peaceful looking at this. Legendary Moo's out.
Get the SWAT already.
Oh, speaking of which, let's create a new command.
Hey!
What is it? It's like,
I think
chat?
It's just bang SWAT.
Chat message. That's what I want. And we're going to say SWAT. And we're going to say SWAT. That. And I don't know, put it up there.
He's just teasing you there. Look, he's right in front of your face.
That's
Gone.
just like Surly Dev. It is just
Bounces
like
down.
He's just like Surly Dev. He's just. All right, I'm gonna hit that button. Here he comes. Fingers on the button, Surly Dev. You want to try it? You feeling lucky, Surly Dev? Dun, 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 dun,
He
dun,
backed
dun.
off quick then.
Yeah, see?
Just
Yeah.
not brave enough, are we?
Yeah. Oh, here he comes. Boom. What? I hit the SWAT. He's outside the bounds. He's lucky. He's not close enough. But it's sending. Oh, you know what? I'm sending the wrong command. It's case sensitive, I think. Let's see. Let's see if that's the case. Doo-doo. Here he comes. Let's try the lowercase. That worked.
There
All
we
right.
go.
That's good. Need to change that icon so it's clear. Okay, cool. All right, so we got music working, and it's rock. So we got a rock and roll genre.
So what suddenly works? What wasn't, working before?
I don't know. I was wondering, maybe it wasn't loaded fully, and that wasn't clear. I'm wondering if that was it. Because we were looking at scroll bars before, and then I hit the refresh, and then as soon as I hit the refresh, like the scroll bars disappeared, and it's like, what? And it was acting almost as if it were in a breakpoint, but Visual Studio was not in a breakpoint.
Is there any possibility that the music is ready sometime after the scroll bars go away?
No, I don't think so. But remember, we did have 100% CPU.
That's true.
I think that the scroll bars disappeared, but there was maybe still stuff happening, and it was acting as if it were in a breakpoint, I think. So that's not bad. I'm feeling pretty good about that. One of the things I want to do, though, actually, since we're here, I kind of want to change the way the volume works on here. Let's see where we actually assign the volume. Okay, here's where we actually set the volume. Right here. And I think that's the only place we set it. Let's just double check that. Nope, there too. So let's take both of those and put them in one method. Set volume for active song. Okay, that's the method I want to call. I want to call that here, play random song, set active. Set volume for active song. We change it? This doesn't sound like rock anymore.
Something happened.
Okay, that all feels pretty good to me right there. Now what I want to do is this. I want to say actual volume like this. I want to tweak this a little bit, and I want to say let's do this. And I kind of want to do this. I want to say, hey, look, if maybe I want to do something like this. If volume is going to be 5. Let's see this. All right, let's do this, -2. Then we're going to come down here and say, if volume is less than 1, then actual volume is equal to actual volume plus 2 divided by 3. So we get from 2/3, 1/3. We get 2/3 of 1/3. That's what we get. Now let's do this. -3 less than 2 divided by 4. All right. So this will give me numbers from. We go from 1 to 11 is basically what we do. Those numbers, which is going to give me -2 to 8. Is the range we're going to get for actual volume. If it is less than 0, less than 1, I think I still want this. So if it's less than 1, we add 2 to it. Nope, we want to add 3 to it. Let's see. I'm not liking my math. I'm finding my math is hard to read. Is what I'm thinking. Let's do something different here. Let's do this. Let's say volume is equal to math.round of volume, just in case, just to make sure it's like an int here. Then switch to the volume, and then we're going to come down here and we'll declare what actual volume is equal to based on the values here. And then I think it's going to be easier to read here. So if it's 11, then we're going to say actual volume is equal to 11. Ten, 9, 8, go. I think I can do this. Start with the ones at the bottom here. I want this to be 0.25. I want to be able to go quieter. That's the essence of what I'm trying to get through here. 2 is going to be 0.5. 3. CodeRushed! Going to be 7.5, like that. And let's do this. If boombox.volume is less than 4, greater than or equal to 4, I'm going to say actual volume is equal to boombox volume minus 4. Is that right? Minus 3. So it's going to give me a 1 if it's a 4.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do my switch statement right here, which is going to say if it's 3, 2, or 1, we're good there. Yeah, I want to create another number here just in case this volume, let's say it equal to this. Like that. All right, now I'm feeling a little bit better. Now the actual volume is here. Now, since we're going to subtract from, subtracting 3 from 11, we get to 8 as our max volume. So then we want to divide this by 8. And I think that's it.
So if it's anything over 4, then we're going to reduce by 3. Then if it happens to be 3, we're going to go down to 0.75, 2, 0.5, and 1.25. And then finally, if there is an active song, I guess, then the volume of that song, multiply out fade volume multiplier, and the actual volume over 8.
Yeah, that's how it's going to work.
Okay.
So I think that's going to do it. And that's going to allow me, because right now, if I do volume down on this, like that's the quietest it gets, and I want it to get even quieter than that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there, is the ability to make that change. All right, we can refresh that. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go up on this live stream, refresh cache of current page, and that's going to reload itself back up, and we'll be able to test that. All right, so we'll test that when it comes back up. Now let's go switch over to the die rolling while that's reloading. By the way, Legendary Moo, Surly Dev, AJ 2017, how are you guys doing?
Mark!
Here are a couple of methods from my lib you may like. Oh, is this the random stuff?
Awesome!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I was creating like the fantasy football game, Roy, have you ever heard of this stuff?
I have, yeah.
It's huge in the United States. I don't know if it's big anywhere else, but it's basically you create your own football teams, and it's American football. But I'm sure there's probably fantasy, international, football, soccer, all kinds of things out there. Games.
Fantasy real football, yeah.
Yeah, if I was going to do my fantasy programmer team, Will Bennett would be on creating API specs. He would be, because this guy's stuff is great. Look at this.
Fair play, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nice API work here. He creates easy to reuse libraries pretty well, it seems. At the bottom are examples of calling. Cool. Yeah, so I have some of these. So if you just call random and you give it two numbers, you've got a min and a max in there. Kind of interesting there.
It's high usability on that, because we tend to think in terms of the numbers we want things to be between, whether that's inclusive or exclusive, rather than multiplying some decimal by the max and maybe subtracting or adding.
Yeah.
It can be quite a break in the whole cognitive load. But min-max is nice and easy.
Yeah, look at this. This is JavaScript overloading, I think, is what we're looking at right here. I'm pretty sure that's it, because I'm not seeing declarations for these functions, and I don't think they're abstract. I think we're looking at essentially the overloading syntax there. Pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, I think that's right. Rather than overloading and there being sort of multiple implementations, overloading, effectively you're going to get all of the parameters coming in, but some of them will be undefined. But in terms of usage, it's dead easy. You can say min and max, and it'll be in that order, rather than max needing to be the first item, and then in subsequent items, subsequent overloads, to have the additional parameters have to be after that first one. Yeah. It's quite a nice way of doing it.
Something just interesting just happened with the sound. Roy, were you playing with your mic? I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything different. If you just heard a sound effect, a small sound effect, then that interesting thing that happened is coming from a sound effect generator on my desk that plays a sound when important chat messages come in. American football, that's rugby for pansies, says Surly Deb. Yeah. Or rugby is football for the insane, for crazies. TypeScript overloading, vanilla JS is different. No, we seem to get more bassy. Okay, no, I didn't get that. I didn't hear that or see that at all. How is he now? Is he good?
Yeah, things okay now. I have normal voice-ish, I guess, by some standard.
All right, check it out. Nice. All right, and so now let's check our sound. So volume up.
That's working.
I'm getting two different. Oh, you know why I'm getting two different ones? Because I have two different. I've got the stream is reporting, and so is this guy right here, because we haven't reloaded this yet. So this has still got the other thing. I bet if I come in and change the die roller, let's see if we lose that second Mr. Announcer bot. So let's go volume up one more time. And then finally 11. So that's max volume.
Interesting trick there is that you could tell it was two separate ones because they were both reporting different values.
Yeah. And then nice. And so let's see. So there's one. Nice.
That works. Very nice.
And I've got that really fine control of volume down at the lower levels. Nice. You guys have ability to control volume too, as well. So, if you want to create some chaos, not that we have any listeners out there that like to create chaos.
No.
But, Surly Dib's in the house, I forgot.
Oh,
Should have told him. Much better. Volume 11. No, you have to say volume up, unfortunately. I don't have a number attached to that thing. I suppose we could make that. Might as well do that, shouldn't we? Where do we have this? Volume. Okay. So here's where we would change that code.
You got limiting code on this, right? We can't drive it up to 35 or anything.
No, I don't. I had limiting code, but I took it out because I thought 35 would be a good volume.
Okay.
Do you think, was that a mistake?
Well,
okay.
I'm just thinking of maybe removing my headset.
All right, set volume to
180. No, maybe not.
volume string, I think is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think I'm going to do. And then let's go ahead and declare that. An absolute value would be good because you can't use the same command within 30 seconds. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let's do that. Unless you type something else. Oh, interesting. Great demo. All right, so let's go in here. Let's go put this near our volume down, volume up. And then we're going to say volume, new volume maybe. Set that equal to plus Volster, I think is how we do it. That's the JavaScript way to convert to an int. And then if we get an int out of that, I think we're going to say, I think it's going to be undefined if it's not an int. That's what I think that's going to be. We're going to get out of here. Then we're going to say, something like this. So we're going to say volume equals, let's go ahead and put some limits on this. Well, I think the limits are actually in the setter for this. Nope, no setter. Thought we had a setter. Oh, trim volume is here. So here's where we're doing the check. So we're rounding it off right there. So all we have to do is just set it, and then call trim volume. Mm-hmm. And actually this whole part right here should be like, I think I wanted it to be this, act on new volume. Like that. I should really change this to a property, but I'm going to just do this for now. Now I've got volume up, volume down. Looks better. It's down here. And I think that now gives us the ability, if we refresh that, let's see if this refresh will work. Switching over here and bringing it back over here. Just liking that music though.
So what's our command now? It's going to be volume set, is that right? Or did I
it's going to be
mistake
just
that?
volume and then a number.
Okay.
So instead of saying volume up, volume down, I was too, says Legendary Moo. I think liking the music, I think is what I said and what he was responding to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to convert that to a number. I think I'm doing it. Oh, wait, that was from before. Will Bennett said that way back. I think that's what I was doing.
Sounds about right.
Maybe volume up can be set volume to volume plus 1. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, boombox volume +1. I guess we could do that too. Yeah. I like that. We'll make that change and like that. I like that. But what's going on here? Is it looking for a string or something? Is that my problem? It's looking for a string. So I could fix that by changing this to an any. Is that right? Don't those any types, return types of any bug you? Yeah, they do. But I think I have to. Are you talking about here? Yes. No, they do bug me here. Those bug me.
This seems to work pretty well, Mark.
Yeah.
Been to 5, been to 8. Try to go -25, but the trim catches you on the negative as well. So
Cool.
all good.
Cool. Cool. Nice. I like it. It's working.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those any's definitely bug me on that. And as does the absence of one on it too. So there's that. -1, like it. Okay, cool. That's even better. I'm not going to refresh it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to work. You want to double check that code for me, Rory, what I did?
What did you do? Oh, yeah, we're just doing the volume down, volume up, calling into the set volume 2.
Yeah.
It looks fine. You're obviously passing an accumulation of 2 numbers into an any, which then makes sure it is a number, and assuming that it is not the value we already have, sets it and then acts on it. Sounds pretty good.
Hold on. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's beautiful. Will Bennett, thank you so much.
Will Bennett rocks.
That's right, kids. Will Bennett rocks.
He doth.
He doth. Okay, cool. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So nice little changes there. All right. So next, let's go look at the die roller. Let's refresh the player data. Send it over there. Some new data. Now let's roll. Let's roll an attack.
Nice try, Ben.
What happened?
Will Bennett, volume, not a number.
All right, so let's go in and let's see. Let's do an attack. Let's do the wild animal form attack. All right, so there it is. Let's unmute this so we can hear the die roll on it, and then let's bend luck. Here comes the bending luck. Okay, so when I bend luck with this die, it doesn't have the rolling. Let's compare it with this die coming in here. A little bit. Is the luck roll high not working? Let's see what's going on. Let's clear the dice. And let's try luck roll high by itself. There it is. So when we do a luck roll high, we get this cool effect around the die if it's a good luck. Did we just lose our volume or no? Yeah, that's going to work. I'm just checking to see if it starts with it. All right, so let luck roll low comes in and has this effect on it right there. So I kind of am looking for the same on the bent luck rolls right here for the 4-sided dice. So to repeat that, if we come in and we say, okay, let's do wild animal form attack like that, and then now I say let's bend luck in the positive direction. When this die comes out, I want it to have those same effects. So I want to go figure that out and fix those effects, make those. That's one of the tweaks I wanted to do. So I think that's in the die roller. Out here. So we're adding the trailing effects there for bent luck. That's okay. I'm totally cool with that. Is luck bent? Is good luck or bad luck? Add good luck effects.
That's the one.
That's what I need these up here. How do I know if it's good or bad though? Is good luck? What's interesting is neither are being true. Is luck bent? What's going on here? Bent luck add. Bent luck subtract.
I'll tell you what, we're giving the volume control an awesome set of testing going over here. We've got volume hex numbers, volume binary numbers, volume pi. We're checking the rounding both up and down, 3.6 and 3.4, going the correct directions. It's pretty robust. It understands many things.
That's awesome. So we have four different luck rolls. We have a luck roll high, luck roll low, and then we have bent luck add and bent luck subtract. So this is going to come in here and say, hey, is luck bent? That means we're going to do those 4-sided die, and the bent luck multiplier is greater than 0. Okay, so that should be true. We should be adding these effects on the D4. Let's do this. Let's oh, I wonder if this is my problem. The dice roll data. I don't know. I want to set a breakpoint here. Let's see what we get. All right. Sending our controller app. I'm going to do a. Let's do a paladin smite attack. Let's bend the luck in positive direction. Should get the breakpoint. There we go. Okay. So there we go. We've done that. Whoa, I just hit F10 and we're out? Something's wrong. Didn't like that. Did not like that. Let's try one more time. Paladin smite again. Bend luck in the negative direction this time. Let's get our breakpoint. F11, F10, 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 F10. There's our D4. What just happened? Okay, no, I got it. Return last die added. And then I hit F10 and I'm gone. I don't even understand that. Is it because I changed the file a little bit, maybe?
If you changed the file, I would have imagined you wouldn't have hit the breakpoint in the first place if
That's what I
it
was
didn't
thinking
appreciate
too.
that.
Let's see if I can hit a... It's really bizarre. I'm returning it. Let's see if we get here. Here comes the... let's do our rogue sneak attack roll. Let's bend luck in a positive direction. Are we going to get our breakpoint? No, we don't get there. Do you see anything in the console?
Ooh, yes. Here's lucky of null.
$16.80, which is where my breakpoint is, but it's not letting me stop there. Which means add die at D4 is not returning anything. Oh, I see what's happening. Why? This is the problem. Is we're returning last die added. which is not the actual die. We're using die. We're only using it to return the last die added. Okay, this is in the wrong place. It needs to be there. Okay, that was a good bug to find. Let's refresh. Need an X and Y when tossing. Oh, I see.
AJ 2017 was trying to throw a meteor, but with only one number.
There you go. Nice. Look
there
at
we
that.
go. Good throw.
A catch.
Score.
Awesome. If you do a negative, you need a space after the T. That part is true, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Will, for that. That's super cool. We should do something where if you successfully do a throw, you get like coins or something. All right. Player data needs to be initialized. Let's initialize. Done. Let's come back over again. We'll do, let's do a Chaos Bolt roll. There's my Chaos Bolt attack. Let's do Bend Luck. So now it works. Sweet.
There we go.
I just had to do that. Nice. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do let's do another attack. And let's do a Bend Luck in the negative direction. I got a damage bonus. Can I Bend Luck in the negative direction? There we go. Cool.
And indeed, the negative graphics.
Cool. And you can see what's going on here. I rolled a 20, and it says, oh, that in our game house rules, that's a double damage. So we doubled up the dice there. So it's all working. It's pretty good. Okay, cool. I thought that was going to take a lot longer, but it did not.
No, worked pretty well. So we got volume. Volume goes in many directions, in many ways. We have the correct graphics going around our bent luck, no matter why the bent luck is happening, and indeed the variety of bent luck, whether it be positive or negative.
Yeah,
that's quite a batch of success.
Somebody, look out! Look out! Oh, what planet are we on? Did you notice how slowly that dropped? That meteor was dropping pretty slowly. All right, let's do a little bit more testing and playing and see what we get, and see if there's anything else we want to change. Oh, I noticed when I change these, we don't change the view. The scene's not changing. That's interesting. I think that's that restart, and it'll work. Issue we saw before. All right, so let's take a look at some of the rolls here. So we're going to do a skill check for everyone. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's go out to my D&D game and campaigns, view campaign, view. This is our rogue. Just checking to see if anybody's got advantage on any of these throws here. It looks like we don't. Oh, advantage against getting charmed and magic can put you to sleep. Yeah, okay. So I think I just want to see if my characters have any built-in advantages I needed to worry about for rolls. No?
So you'd be talking about the kind of omnipresent advantage just because nature of person.
Yeah, or something they have. Yeah, nobody's got these here. Okay, here's what I want to do though. I want to go to, I got like so many things in my mind. Actually, moments ago I was like, I'm not sure what I want to do, and now I'm like, there's about 3 things I want to do.
That was a little strange effect on the browser behind you. Didn't the portals open up and effectively suck down no dice at all?
Yeah, what was that? I think it happened is it stopped animating because I clicked away, and then when I came back it said, oh, I'll animate again. It didn't start animating until and the sound just started all of a sudden as I came over to it. I think that's it. We can test that. right now by going in, just give it an attack roll out there. As it starts to clear them up. Switch. Well, we hear the sound.
So, time enough for the dice to vanish.
Let's see what happens.
Potentially.
And then it finishes playing.
Interesting. So it does do the removal of the dice, but pauses the animation itself.
Pauses the animation and yeah, I think that makes sense because I'm getting animation frame and the dice are tied by. Nice throw, Will. Yeah, I think that's.
No, that's fine. That at least is not a bug per se, and certainly not one that'll be a problem with the stream because
right.
the
It's
stream
always
will
on.
switch away and come back particularly.
Right, it's always up and loaded. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to put to the right of these characters. Well, actually, I want to make sure these characters are added based on initializing the player data. I think this call to initialize player data should initialize these checkboxes here. So let's make that happen first, and then we'll see what happens next after that. We'll go do that. So that's over in our this app right here in our main window. And I think I can come over here. Let's go to the designer on this and look for Willie. Oops. And there it is. So this is the player names. Excellent. So now we can clear this out, the stat panel. So let's go next to, what is it? It is initialize player data. I probably got something with the words initialize in it. Button initialize player data. Click. Build player tabs. Let's set a breakpoint here. Excuse me. Let's click initialize player data so we'll get the breakpoint. Build player UI. Like that. Let's declare it. And now inside build player UI, I want to say this dot children dot clear. And then let's go take a look at what build player tabs does. It's going to be going through for each player and players. Okay. So come down and do the same thing down here for each character and players. Actually, let's change this to player. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say we need these down here. We're going to come down here. Let me hit run for a second so we get the next song going. And we'll set a breakpoint right here. And by the way, when I ran, we lost all the checkboxes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to set a breakpoint. I'm going to trigger the breakpoint again. Now that we got a new song playing. And we're there at the breakpoint. And now we're going to say we want to create a new checkbox. Whoops. Come on. I'm typing in new and it's giving me name of. Look at this, Rory. Mark the time on this.
That is
New
kind of strange.
space. Hold on. Who's up? Is it our fault? I think it's us.
Which IntelliSense we got?
IntelliRush is up and running. I typed in new several times right here. Now it's working.
I did see that, yeah.
But it was doing name of. Yeah, I think that might be us. I would like somebody to take a look at that closely and see what's going on. I typed in new several times and it gave me. So anyway, new checkbox. Declare local. And what was the code out here looking like? We'd give it a tag. Ooh, the tag would double each time. Okay. The name is not really that important. And it does not have, I bet you this CK Player 4 is not referenced anywhere in our code. It's not. Okay, so it doesn't need to be named. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to say checkbox dot, what is it, text, content, by content. Like that is equal to, let's run again, get the next song, come back in, writing code in 2-minute segments here. All right, content is equal to player dot name, cool. And then we're going to say dot children dot add checkbox, like that. Yeah, there was nothing set on there, no margins, anything, just the tag. So now we're going to come in here, we're going to say vi tag value, and we're going to set that equal to 1. And then we're going to say checkbox.tag is equal to tag. And then we're going to say tag is times equals 2 to double it up. Okay, and then we're add the child to it, and that I think is going to work. Let's see what happens. And now if I go to my UI and we click on dungeon, nice.
There
cool.
we go.
So now we've got all of those players there, and they're added in the supposedly the right order. So if I come in and say I only want to see Shimo and Ava do a skill check on acrobatics, and I click that. Oh, that didn't work well. Oh, I know why, because I didn't have everyone. I had individuals. I mean, I had everyone selected, not individuals.
Yeah.
Let's try one more time. So one more time. Skill check with only. Wait, hold on. Clear the dice. Did that not work at all? Skill check. Well, that didn't work at all. Why is that? Maybe I'm wrong about some assumptions I made. No. Player names.
SP player names, that is correct.
I want to see what we're doing here. Okay, we're going through the children. If it's
Children.
checked, checkbox tag is not null, and try for tag to string and not result. Filter is equal to filter or the tag. Double check. My tag is 1, 2, 4, 8. And in my code, I get there fast. I just did the tag button, the tab button on here. They should be exactly those values. Maybe the first time we did this, it was 0. I think there's 0 for everything. I think because I
right, so by the time you're doubling it, it's still only 0.
So the effective test for that is to resend the data, then come back over, do the skill check roll. Still didn't work. Clear dice. All right, let's go let's see what's going on here. Hit the breakpoint. Resend the data. One.
There's 1. There's double to 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's 2. 4. 8. Why is it not working? Let's set a breakpoint here. And run. And then let's send over our skill check. Oh, individuals. I have nothing selected, Rory.
Oh, did it reset?
Yeah, that might have been the problem. Yeah, because when I resent the data, it reset these values.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay, so let's try the skill check again. And
Hey,
I bet
okay, we
it's
got
gonna
the right
work.
place in code.
I'm just
at
going to
least.
run it. Yeah, it worked. There it is right there. So we should see Shimo and Ava. They're dice.
That's good.
Let's make it only Ava. Do another skill check. And we see only Ava's die. Excellent.
Good,
Okay,
exactly
cool.
as you need it.
Yeah, just like I need it. All right, next. Let's take this to the next level. I want to, I think I want to create a grid here. Yeah, it's not as easy if I do a grid, but I want to align the other pieces here. And I want to basically have radio buttons for each one that says normal, advantage, or disadvantage. So,
Sure.
so we can select which of these pieces it's going to be, which of these three it's going to be. And I think I would like it to be in the same style as this eventually. But for now, we'll create them. We'll create them when we rebuild it. So to do that, I think I also want to only use first names. So I don't have a way to quickly get the first name here. So
Split on a space, take the first piece.
yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. But I don't have any code out here that does that. So let's go over here. Go player UI. That's where I want to go. All right. Yeah, so that means I want to change SP player names to a grid. I want to create a grid here instead. I think is what I want to do. So it's going to be a grid that's going to be 3 by, I guess I'm going to say 1 for now. I don't actually, what I think I want to do this dynamically here. I want to, for each player, I want to create a grid right here is what I want to do. And I just want to create the same grid. So I want to have a stack of grids is what I think I want to do instead. Because then I can get the height, I can play with the height a little bit more the way I want to. I may be kind of overdoing this. There may be a simpler way to get what I want, but I'm not confident the grid is going to give me the height I want. No, wait, maybe it is. Hold on. I can set the grid height to auto, I think. Let's try this one more time. G 3 by 1. And let's set the height to auto.
Yeah.
And the width to whatever that's going to be. And now I want to do a button inside of here, and we're going to put this in column 1, and I'm going to create another button down here, and this is going to be in column 2. So I'm just having C2 here like this, and it's giving me grid.column 2. And so now if we look at our UI, there's our buttons right there.
Yep.
Right there and there. And it's auto height. It's doing an auto height because it's matching everything else. Is that what I really want?
Well, presuming that they'll have the same number of checkboxes for the other concepts as you will for per player, and the checkboxes should be the same height as the inclusion of the player, that should be correct.
Hold on, let's do something else. Let me cut these. Let me come in and make a, let's do a grid 3 by 3. And then we're going to come down and put those pieces, same pieces down here. Let's put this in row 1, like that. And let's say hello. And then world. We can't get, for some reason, format document doesn't work during edit and continue. It's quite bizarre. I don't understand why that's the case. Let's go see what would look like over here. Hello world, there you can see those pieces there. Yeah, so it will work the way I want it to work, I think. So we're okay. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to call this grid. We're going to call this grid GRD player role options, like that. And it's going to have 3 columns, no rows in it, I think. And we'll add those rows later, is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this, SP player names. And then that means our code that we're going to have to, before I get rid of it, I want to go through the code and change this. It's not allowed while running. Okay. So we need to change this right here. And this right there, and that line of code there too as well. Okay, so let's get a breakpoint. I think we got the breakpoints where we want them. Should I delete this now? Let's wait till I breakpoint and then I'll delete them. Okay, here comes the data to trigger the breakpoint. Okay, so there's my breakpoint. Now let's go over and start making some radical changes. Let's go find all of those. Let's change that. Does my grid have children? Oh, hold on. I'm running into this problem. That's okay. I've got that template out there that is going to save me for edit and continue called, what is it, XCN, I think? Oh, is that not it? It is XAML new control XNC. That's it right there. So type grid.
Yes.
Yeah, this awesome template that I built just for edit and continue. So now I've got role player options, can now use it, and then once I'm done with the session, I'll get a compiler error next time I compile, because this will then be back in and I'll be able to delete this afterwards. The only thing I really want to change on that template, I'm actually going to do this now, code templates. X and C, whoops, and C right there. And I want to put a comment up here. Delete this property after your edit and continue session ends. Like that. I almost feel like I should throw a marker right here as well. So this piece will be marker.
Yeah.
We'll have a marker in it. And I got a marker start and a marker end as well. Cool.
That's nice. If people haven't seen that before, that should highlight the whole phrase, much like a field. So when you hit escape, you sort of return back to the whole of the sentence rather than just to a point.
Right. Right. So if I do this again right here, and now if I hit escape, where am I? Nope, it didn't do it.
Oh.
I want you to report that. That
Yeah.
should totally work. Marker start and end should totally work on there. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Looks like a bug. All right, let's go back to the piece we just added. Get rid of that code. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, that's what it should have done, but it didn't work. So let's figure that out. Just get a bug report in for that for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got this and we've got this. Let's go back to where we were. Let's be player names. And we're just tabbing through those. Here we're going to clear all the children of the grid. And then we're going to add the children here as well. And then I think we're dealing with attached properties. Let me just run to get our music back. See if we can do it. Uh-oh. Not set to an instance of an object. What, the children weren't? This is null. That should be real. There should be a real value out there. It can't find it. Set a breakpoint here. Still no. All right, let's get out of here for a second. Why can it not find that? So it looks like there's a bug in my code to find the grid player.
Well, it's definitely the name.
It's definitely there, and I added it. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. It is most definitely null. Let's go inside one more time.
Is there any potential problem or with us searching from the wrong start point?
What's really bizarre to me. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I've got this nested method in here. At first I was like, wait, what's going on? Why am I jumping off over all this code? So now we're going in here. Child count is 1. It's a border, okay. What did you ask me, Rory? I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if there was some possibility we were starting from the wrong origin point, but actually I think that's probably accurate. We are still on main Windows YAML, and that should be the class that this represents, so
Yes,
yeah.
So we're going into content presenter. Where are we now? Content presenter. Grid, that's this guy right here. Then we're going to go into tab players. And tab control. What's going on over here? The header panel. All right. So it means we never ever find the child with that name. We just keep going back. We're searching this whole thing. Or is it really, really true? Let's do a return here and here in both of these. And a breakpoint here. And let's just run it, see what we get. Clear that. Wait, how do we get out null? How do we get out of there without hitting one of those other breakpoints? Bring it back right up here again one more time. Run. I don't want the breakpoint here. I guess, oh, we hit here is what we hit. So we never hit.
That's got to be the only way out. So that only happens if we iterate through all the children and don't match.
Yeah. It's weird. I almost feel like live, the live thing failed me, is what I think happened here. Let's try one other thing. Let's come in to the main Windows YAML, and let's change the name of this just change the name of it. Nope, doesn't like that. Okay, hold on. Let's do this instead. Let's give it a second one, and we're going to call this one too, and let's see if that works. It says didn't find anything to update. That's the error. That's what this means right here. Didn't find any elements to update. I think because I'm in a breakpoint though, if I run, I think we might be okay. Let's come in here and do it again. So X and C, and then control type is grid. Control name is that. Let's see what happens now with, are we good with that line of code now? Still nothing. I'm worried about that code.
It's very strange.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to kill everything. I'm killing everything. We're going to restart and deal with it in a different way. Isn't it interesting? Sometimes like these weird things happen. You're like, what's going on? And
yeah.
And
It's almost like something just gets misplaced or mislaid, and suddenly reality isn't quite what you expect it to be.
yeah. So there's grid player options. We're going to get rid of number 2. Let's see if stack SP player names is in use anywhere. Okay, note the time, Rory. I just hit tab to this reference on SP player names, and it took me to the top of windowg.cs with nothing in here. It's not finding the piece here. Also, I think I want an option that for tab next reference. It doesn't even bring me into the .g files, the generated files. So I'm going to guess that that doesn't exist anywhere else. Let's just double check it by clicking on that. Get it copied into the clipboard. Let me kill that stack panel. Come back over here. We got music still playing. Why are these underlined? Oh, did I not delete the other one of these? Okay, I have old errors here. Ambiguity between two different declared pieces, but there's only one of them in here, I believe. Yeah, clear role options. Only one there. Okay, so I just need to restart this or rebuild this. This is really like crazy bizarre to me, this error message that we're seeing. Interesting. So when we're in a breakpoint, the music won't change from one to another, but once we kill everything, it still is running and works. Interesting. What happens if I close that? I wonder if it's related. All right, so anyway, we've got the checkbox here. We need to, I think we can actually run. And do
Code does
continue.
not believe you have a grid.
I'm pretty sure I got one. Uh-oh. It was opened by another project? Where is it? If I drill into it, it says it's here. Holy cow. I think I messed up Visual Studio. I'm killing Visual Studio now, and I'm going to restart Visual Studio. And what do you want to bet that when I restart it?
Everything's fine.
Wow. I think I want you to note the time as well. I'm going to send this off to the Visual Studio team.
Sure.
And it's like, it's basically from about maybe, 10 minutes ago, I think is when it started?
Tab to next reference was about 5 minutes ago, maybe. And before that, we had a little earlier the marker stop working.
Yeah, really interesting. Yeah. Although I think they'll probably come back and say, Mark, you're declaring something with the same name. Don't mess with us like that. But all I was doing was writing code, right?
Yeah.
All I was doing was writing code. All right. And looks like our music is no longer playing. Okay. So we'll get that started up again here too. Let's go switch some views around it down here. We'll get the big extra lines around the outside of my head version of view.
Digital mark is digital.
Okay, so we're here. Let's hit a start. How are you doing on time, Roy?
Got about another 5 minutes or so.
Cool. Build errors. What's my build error now? Okay,
Same error, but less instances at least. So maybe there is an issue, only now it's less confused about where.
This one's odd. D&D core was not found. Okay, I just built that and that worked. What's this?
Ooh.
Oh, what a nightmare. Well, only three
timeline
issues.
control.
A lot of noise in this, right? Where's my important
Yeah.
information? It looks like we've got some versioning issues here. What if I just come in here and I say clean solution, rebuild solution? Do you have two chatbots running? No, I think everything's closed. I'm not seeing anything on the task manager. I'm pretty sure everything is closed. So clean, and then let's come in and do rebuild solution. See what we get this time. I'm suspecting it may be a problem in the .g file, maybe the generated file. I'm not sure. It's weird that it's survived. We see 2 welcome messages after your restart. Will says, that'll be my excuse for everything from now on. All I was doing was writing code, followed by honey officer, your honor. Yeah, I often, while I'm driving, I often start thoughts like, your honor, I just want to explain what was happening. Oh my gosh. I saw the most amazing thing a couple days ago. I saw a car, and I arrived on the scene like shortly after the police did. Arrived on the scene, drove by the scene. I saw a truck. About the bottom of the nose of the truck was about 2 feet off the ground. The back of the truck was straight up behind it.
Ooh.
And it was smashed head on, the top of the truck into a telephone pole, and it wrapped around the telephone pole and was in air like that.
So it was literally clamping the telegraph pole with the roof of the truck.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
That's not something that happens often, I bet.
Yeah, I've got this bizarre issue here, which I'm like, what? Let me just copy that and try to reduce some of the noise here. Let's.
I mean, it's referencing the shadow cache of your timeline control DLL. Type B originates from there. Type A originates. Right, so yeah, they both claim to be version 1, but that's neither here nor there.
Hold on a sec.
They are in 2 different shadow cache locations. But that's the responsibility of Studio, surely.
There we go. Hold on, I wanted this right here, grabbing the right correct episode in Notepad. Sorry, I was totally distracted by some other stuff going on my other monitor. All right, so let's see if we can get some of this. Cannot be. So we have this error, which seems to indicate a versioning issue. Yeah, this information is presented in such a way that makes comparison incredibly hard.
It does.
Right?
You know what? Carriage return right there.
Yeah, at the very
That's
least,
better. See, that makes way more sense. And now it's easy to see that you've got essentially the same copy of Studio, the same file within its area.
Just the
then
shadow cache
slightly
is
lower down,
wrong.
the shadow cache is a different location. So it's got an older and a newer version of itself, which it's declaring are incompatible with each other.
Yeah, even though the version numbers are exactly the same. So that's weird. Can you do a search on this, Roy, looking for shadow cache issues that kind of describe this error? I would have thought a clean would have removed all of that.
That's what I would have thought too, yeah.
Okay, this error is bugging the heck out of me. I'm going to go back and rename that. I'm going to rename that grid player role options. Grid player role options. I think it's out in the .g file actually. That's my sense of this. Let's see if we can access that. We can't get to it, can we? From here, I don't remember how if I tab to next reference. Tab to next reference.
The .g file is generated from the XAML, is that right?
Yeah, I just want
So
to see
theoretically, if you could delete it, would it regenerate?
I just want to see if there's 2 of them in here. Hold on. I just want to understand them internal. Okay, that's just the declaration. There's the initialization. Yeah, there's really only one here. No. Name them. Cannot rename the element. Yeah, it thinks there are 2 of these here.
And now you have more instances now of ambiguity that weren't there previously.
It's cannot be assigned to. It is read only. That's insane. It's as if it thinks the code is still there. It thinks the code is still there. It's not compiling it, and it's not replacing. Well, the code is still there. What? Has this been my fault all along, Rory?
I thought you deleted that, but
I thought I did too. All right. Is that
okay, now that it's gone,
is that my problem?
everything just magically fixed.
Let's see. It still sees I see the error. What's this one though? This one's killing me. That one goes to
Everything gone. So let's say this was a studio error in which it did not retain the fact that you deleted the code and was operating on the basis that it was there, even though you had removed it.
All right, I want to look at I want to look at this. I want to roll this back the tape on this and see if I actually deleted that or not. Because we've got to. You still send me the time, and
Yep.
I'll take a look at that. So
Will do.
super interesting, just because I'm pretty sure I deleted that as well. I'm pretty sure that happened. We'll see what happens. Mr. AnnouncerBot greets you. See what else. Looks like the scene changing stuff is working as well. Which means we're probably going to see if we do this, click on this tab right here. Well, actually, let's set the player data first. Maybe wait till everything loads. I think parts are going to work. If I do initialize player data, and then I click on a tab change, I'm expecting to see, nope, that didn't work. Waiting for player data to be initialized. Let's try again. Well, we're still loading. I guess I got to wait till the loads are done. Let's do that. Okay, so now, after all of that, we want to go back in and we want to add those UI pieces over here. So we've got like a mess right now, and we want to fix that because those are all coming in the same row. Now the question is, can I add pieces to additional rows if I haven't declared them on a grid? And I bet I can't is the answer. Yeah, I feel like we even searched for it, Rory. I feel like all kinds of crazy things were happening to verify that was
Yeah.
that was there. Oh, I want a feature request over here for our code places. I
Sure.
want it to persist my recent elements here. So if I shut down and restart, I
Right,
want
yeah.
it to persist those. Okay, so looks like we've got some stuff loaded. Let's initialize the player data. I just clicked on initialize player data, but we're still seeing in the overlay, waiting for player data to be initialized. Is that coming from the 3D dice? Yeah, it's coming from the 3D dice. Interesting. Let's do a refresh on that cache. And is this how I get around my taco effect? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the name of the function that we were just in. I'm like totally so distracted by everything here that we've been doing. Let's do this. Let's look for grid right here, and that'll help get us in the right spots. Okay, so here's where we're adding it. Here's where we're going to come in and do something with that. So let's click here at least. Let's get the data on this side. Let's call initialize player data. That took care of it. Yeah, once per session. Yeah, just the first time you come in, you need to do that. So here we've got the checkbox, and then I think it's something like an attached property. So it's like grid. Love my effect, but don't always want to interrupt the brain work. No worries. Grid dot set column, and so we're going to say that's going to be my checkbox. Let's get my caps lock off. Checkbox, comma, and the value is going to be 0. Then we're going to say grid dot set row. And we'll say checkbox, comma, row, like that. No, not what I wanted. Okay, then let's do let's duplicate this right here. And then let's do a row plus plus here, like that. And set row, and I think I'm going to have to come in here and I'm going to have to do the row definitions. So we'll say row definitions equals new row definition collection. What's my problem here? I'm hovering over, expecting it. Oh, there we go. Does not contain a constructor. It takes 0 arguments. Okay. I'm hitting Control Shift Tab here. I'm using Control Shift Space. Turning off CodeRushed, hitting Control Shift Space. Control Shift Space is not working for this. Drilling into it. I don't see my constructor in here.
Hmm.
All right, let's.
Is this not the thing that you're allowed to do? Is it something that's set up within the grid when you start, and thus technically private constructor?
Let's see what we got here. Okay, we can do something like this.
Yeah, I suspect that by virtue of having a grid, you already have a row definition collection assigned, and therefore you just need to manipulate it by adding things to it.
Sure. Do we have a clear? Cool. And then we're going to come in and I think we'll say that was more than I wanted to do. And height is equal to a star is what I think I want. I think I want that. And I suppose I could even come in here and do it right in here like this. And I think that'll do that for me. I'm not sure about this. Is it auto? Do I want auto instead of star? Auto is what I want, I think. All right, so let's do that. We'll add a row for each one. We'll put this piece here, and let's just let's run that. So let's come back up here and clear my breakpoint and run.
Bennett is in the house.
Okay, why did the last one overlap?
That's a little strange, isn't it?
Is it because I only had 3 row definitions out in my actual XAML and these row definitions adds aren't working? That's weird. Because I don't see any way that that's going to be failing. And the row is incrementing every time. Sure, that's kind of what it feels like. It's really super weird.
Row starts off as 1. Is it a 0 indexed item?
Oh, I bet that's it.
So you're adding to 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
and
no,
4
that's
doesn't exist.
absolutely it. That's absolutely it, Rory. Good job spotting that. Excellent work. Now you can go. Now you can leave.
As it happens, yes, I kind of do need to.
There you go.
But let's see this working quickly,
Oh, no, you don't need to see it.
because I'm sure it will.
No, it's a lot of work. I got to move the mouse up to the word dungeon and click it. You
My
really got to go.
goodness, how am I
Got to
gonna?
get it. Oh, I missed.
Oh dear,
I missed again. Jeez.
the
Oh.
tension.
That worked.
There we go.
Excellent,
Good stuff.
Rory. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
mate. Catch you same time tomorrow.
All right, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Too bad. What do you mean too bad? Too bad. See you, Rory. Oh, yeah. Yes! Legendary move. Oh, these guys are bad. They're bad guys. That guy's the worst right there. That guy. Get that guy.
Legendary move is in the house.
Get that guy. All right. Cool. So we need a few more things here. We need to... Whoa!
Surly Death is in the house.
Surly Dev's here. Surly Dev shouting run to the little guy. Excellent. We're going to just reset those right there. Of course, those are going to come back the next time I send the player data over. All right, so let's come in here and let's create some radio buttons and see how bad this gets. Notice we've got some cropping, by the way. Are we at a breakpoint? No. Where is my app? Oh, it's down here. I see it. Okay. So we've got some cropping here. You're not seeing my full name, my character's full name right here. It's Bushwhacker, and you're only seeing part of it, Bourgeois. Also, we need to, give it some space over here. So I'll do that with the margins. Let's go ahead and do that right now with the margins. We'll fix that piece right there. In fact, let's set the height to auto. And we're going to set margin, the left, we're going to set to like 20, I think. And maybe 14. And now it looks a little bit better. Right there. So our columns, width is set to auto, but we are cropping here. Oh, I know why. Because the width is here set to 100. Let's change that to auto. And if we do that, do we lose the cropping? We totally do. The cropping goes away and we're good. All right, so I guess I'm okay with that for now. I still think for the UI, we only need to have the first name. And I think that makes sense. Maybe we'll make that change now. So we'll set the breakpoint. We'll send over the player data. To get to the breakpoint, let's call get first name on that. Not terribly exciting code to do. And we'll do this. Certainly Dev. It's certainly Dev. Is that the best greeting you can give me, Mr. A? I did not do a pull request on you to be treated like that. Well, you got another chance to do another pull request here. So, okay, so now we're going to say if space index is less than 0, then we're going to say return name, like that. Otherwise, we're going to say return name dot substr starting at 0 and going to space index. I think probably -1. No, that's, I think, just space index. And then now, if we run, what do we get in our UI? Cool. There's our UI right there. Excellent. And I want to do the same thing with the tab names at the top here. Willy Shaker, all these across the or at the very least here in this display stuff. I'm not sure about that. Let me think about that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those tabs yet. Okay, so we've done that. Next, we need to next to Willy and Shimo and Merkin, we need to have the radio buttons onto what kind of roll it's going to be, normal, advantage, disadvantage. So let's do that as well. So we'll set up another breakpoint here. Send the data across again. Trigger the breakpoint. And now I think we want to create some radio buttons here. So we're going to say radio button. How am I going to do this? New radio button. Call it RB normal roll. I think I want a stack panel is what I want to do, and which means I also want to change my column definitions, just having 2. Really? You can't do that for me? All right, fine. We'll do 3, and we'll deal with that anyway. I'm going to create a new stack panel here, so we'll say new stack panel, like that. We'll do a declare local on this. And we're going to say okay, cool. So set grid position there. Then we're going to do the same thing with our stack panel. But we're going to put it in column 1. And the same row. We're going to say, what's wrong? Oh, I bet this is not taking a, yeah, it's just taking a checkbox. Let me get a control. What are we expecting here? UI element. Do I have a UIE, TUIE? Nice, I do. Okay. All right, so there. Let's add the stack panel. Like that. So we added the stack panel. Then we come into the stack panel and we can add our probably children, I bet. Dot add. Like that. I feel like some music is going to work. It's not working. Let's do a drone game, refresh cache, and try again on that. Actually, I just realized I don't need to do it. It's not working because I'm not running. Do I have enough to run? That and okay, and that might work. Let's see what happens when we run it. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Not bad, but I want those left to right is what I want to do. So I want it horizontally aligned, so we'll fix that. Let's do that. Set another breakpoint. Let's get the music started. Is music starting now? Hold on. Music is not starting. But it looks like something's reloading. I think that might be the drone game. Yeah, I think the drone game might be reloading. Okay, let's get to our breakpoint again. Here's the breakpoint. We want to say stack panel dot orientation equals orientation dot horizontal. And let's run that from there. Okay, a little bit better. It's noisy, but it's better. And let's do a couple more things here to tweak this to improve this a little bit. So the breakpoint. See if music works now, by the way. There we go. Cool. All right. Trigger the breakpoint. And I want, on this stack panel, I want to set its margins equal to a new thickness. And let's make it like 14, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0. Like that. And I want to change this. I just want to make this shorter, the text shorter so it all fits here. Too sad. Put abbreviation, we'll put those pieces there. Let's also make our normal roll dot is checked, set it to true. All right, so that one's going to be the one that's always checked. And then let's run that and see how that looks like. Okay, not bad. That's what we're looking at right there. So I want a little more space between each one of these, so I need some margins here for these guys. Let's do that next. So another breakpoint. Trigger it. And I want something like this a little bit here. Lunch. Lunch sounds awesome. Launch sounds awesome too. Launch didn't work. Drones and launch aren't working well because I'm on a breakpoint. As soon as I get out of here, I think they're both going to work. I'll get out of here fast. Whoops, not here. I need it. No, wait, I do need it there. Okay, so do that. And the disadvantage rule, set its margin as well. So just get a little bit more space there. Now if we run, let's see the launches work. There you go. AJ 2017, fly in the drone. All right, so let's see what it looks like. There you go. That's not bad. So now we can come in and we can make any particular one of these set. Now, I think it's good practice to disable these when they're not allowed. So, for example, active player and everyone, all of this should be disabled. But when I do individuals, then it should become enabled. Or maybe even visible. Let's maybe make it visible if only individuals is selected and active player, everyone is not. So let's go look at that code and see what's going on with that. Okay, so here we need to set some event handlers on those. So let's come in here, we're going to set a breakpoint here. And trigger it. I'm all about the lunch, Surly Dev. Let's go over here and create our on-click event handlers now for this. All right, cool. Now we've got those set up here. So depending on which one of these are selected, you can add the code we want. Show hide player UI. And we're going to pass in false here. Where's Michael Jolly Fanfare? Tacos for lunch. Well, he came in using the suppression stuff. And so I think if we reset, I'm not sure if we're going to see him or not. But let's declare that method right there. And Yeah, but now I want tacos. Everyone, false, individuals is going to be true. Like that. And show UI. So we're going to do basically if show UI, then grid player role options dot visibility equals visibility dot visible. Okay. Else that dot hidden. Let's run. We've got those breakpoints set up. Let's see what happens now if we go to here. All gone, individuals, it's up. Cool. And then I think we need enabled, disabled based on these. So these will all be visible, but I want to enable or disable them whether these are checked or not. That's what I want to do. So I want to respond to that check. Okay, so let's do that next. All right, legendary move wants tacos. I think I can trigger it by typing fanfare the Michael Jolly. If I get that right, not at a breakpoint. Did not get that right. I think that's right. Why is that not working? That worked. Oh. Look out, guys.
In the house.
It's positive not in the house. I think Michael Jolly's fanfare is not triggerable by me because he came in and suppressed it. Yeah, I think that's why he's not triggering. I think I cannot even override his desire to be not to kind of fly under the radar. Okay, so back over here. So I'm okay with this. This is also very, very clearly tells me what's happening here. And then now with this, we can come in and say with individuals, we can specify what we want to do. And now we can give them individual advantage or disadvantage on whatever the role is we're going to give them. So let's set it up so when we check or uncheck, we disable or enable the corresponding row. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I have a feeling the way I'm going to do it is going to be crude, and there's a better way, but I have a feeling the way I'm going to do it is going to I have a clear sense of how to go about on the crude path, and the other way is going to require some research. So I think I'm going to go with what's going to give me results quicker. All right, so the first thing I need to do is I need a on-checked or unchecked event handler on that. So let's go back to that. Let's come up here into CodeRush's code places. Nothing over here in the history? Really? I'm going to mark the time myself on this to note that, because I've been working in this space for a while here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, no options for history here. All right, hold on. Let's go mark that time and we'll look at that. About 1:58 into the show. The place is not showing history. All right, take a look at that. Where's my checkbox? Here it is right here. So we need a breakpoint. Trigger the data. There's my breakpoint. turn back CodeRushed back on. We go to events. Checked. I'm going to call this player role checkbox checked, like that. I think there's a corresponding unchecked as well. Tab to insert. And we've got those two. Let's clear the breakpoints and run, just so we can get the music coming back up again. Okay, and now we've got these pieces down here. Let's set breakpoints there and there, and trigger them. So if I check here, there we go, good. We can at the very least clear this out here and here. And I need a way to go in and find this particular associated stack panel. Yeah, I think my favorite way to do this is going to be to create a property, create a descendant of checkbox is what I think I want to do. So I'm going to come down here, outside the class, I'm going to create a new class called my checkbox, or let's do this. Call it player role checkbox, like that. It's going to descend from checkbox. What's my problem here? Better not be sealed. I will go nuts if you're sealed. Not sealed. What's my problem? Something missing, I bet. Something seemingly missing, and I'm not getting an error message when I hover over this. I think it's missing pieces that need to be implemented. Maybe just a constructor, is that it? Oh, I know what happened. I had the caps lock down and it created a static. Okay, let's run again. It looks like you guys are trying to control the drones. Now you can fly. Yeah, when we're at the breakpoint. Okay, so there's my player role checkbox. Good. Then I want to add a property of type stack panel to it as well, I think. Let's get that breakpoint again. Okay. I want to have that property of type stack panel. Maybe not. I think it's going to be a UI element property is what it's going to be. So why is that not working? I thought I had UIE was UI element. It's not right. To UI element. So why not AUIE? Why is AIUIE not working? Hold on. Let's write that down. By the way, you're watching this Dog Food CodeRushed live. Not expanding. Let me investigate that a sec. Go to templates here. TUI is there. AUI is also here. UI, you should totally get it. All right. Let me just do this. Does not expand. AB does not expand. What's wrong with this? Yes, worked. The UID does not work. We lost sound there too. I just hit run to get it back. All right. Something super weird here is happening here with this. I'm going to mark the time on this. We'll take a look at the logs on this. That's at about 204, 203, 202. Okay. All right, one more time with the breakpoint. All right, so now this feels a little bit better. What's going on here? Doesn't look wrong at all to me. Okay. All right, that's good. Checkbox checked, unchecked. All right, we're good there. Let's run it. What's my problem now? Really? Oh, you kill me. All right, I'm shutting everything down. Yeah, so modifying the constructor there is what killed us on this particular piece. So got that there. Let's go start it back up again. Notice we've got all these timeline control errors here as well with the shadow cache. See if those all go away. Oh, we've got a breakpoint already. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, starting up. Yeah, is dependent is like spelled correctly. It's just a weird spelling of this.
Legendary Blue is in the house.
Okay. Looks like we're okay. All right, interesting. Okay, so we got the dependent UI piece now, and now we've got that. So now in our checked and unchecked, we can come in and very easily write the code that we need here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get this here, and we're going to say individuals. Uh-oh. What happened there? Oh, I know what has happened. We haven't sent any data over yet. Initialize player data. And now we've got individual data showing up. Good. And now if we click here, now we're going to say the dependent UI. Do we have a visibility on it? Nope, we don't even have. Hold on a second. That was like totally not even thinking. I don't know how I would expect that to work. Is declare local going to work here? It looks like it is. Okay. And then that, and then we're going to say this dot. Now do I have visibility? I do. Do I have it enabled on it? I do not. All right, we can do visibility. So if we're checked, then we're going to say it's equal to visibility.visible. I'm okay with that for now. And then down here, if it's unchecked, it's equal to visible.hidden. Let's try that, see how that works. Run it, run it. Okay, so now, there we go. And they're all working the way they should be. Okay. All right, and I think that's it for today. We'll work on the finishing off this functionality tomorrow, but it's not bad. It's looking better, and I'm okay. I originally said I was going to disable these, but I don't mind them going away because I think from a standpoint of clarity, we're good.
It's in the house.
Sad that I gotta eat, but I gotta get some food. I'm not gonna eat here while you're. By the way, I have a. We're not gonna give away copy coders today. We'll give away copy coders tomorrow. I just want to. Do I want to do that now? Sure, why not? I'm gonna do it since I said it. I'm gonna play the CodeRushed.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Silly says, "Great stream as always. Thanks so much." Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Normally give away copy coders. Haven't done it in the last couple of days. I'm going to start doing it again, I think, tomorrow. We'll see. So today, not bad. We finished up the rock and roll music. So we had the rock and roll playing. We improved the usability of the volume up and down so we can get fine-tuning the volume on there. We fixed the luck. The bent luck rolls here, so they had those cool special effects. And we started working on this part of the UI here, so it's dynamically generated based on whatever players I have. In fact, that's what I'm moving towards, is the ability to support multiple players, which at first I thought was going to be really, really hard, but from the standpoint of integrating with OBS, because with OBS I have to have, I have to create all these different scenes for the different players. Whoever's in turn it is, they're in front of the other players, and that changes. But then I figured out a way to do that pretty easily. So yeah, so that's kind of what we did today, and what we'll work on. I think tomorrow is coming in here, finishing this up so it works, which means we're going to have to change the data that we send across through SignalR. We're going to have to respond to it differently on the other side, and we're going to have to collect those dice very specifically, methodically. In other words, if Shimo has advantage and Willie has disadvantage, I've got to roll 2 dice for each and pull the correct one out. So we'll get there. I think we're close. But once we've done that, we have got a killer dice rolling functionality here. And most of this is all to test out the engine. What's really going to happen is all of these options are going to be set automatically by the gameplay. And that's kind of where we're moving to next, which is to build the map. And the map will include things like dragging an action, like an attack from one character to another, and then that'll set everything up. It'll set up, we'll figure out what our hidden threshold is, what we have to hit, what the modifiers will. They'll all be set automatically for us. And so with that, I think, this will have served its purpose, and we'll kind of get to this kind of cooler level. But yeah, this is I think the last thing for the dice rolling that's really complex that we have to do, and I think everything else we've frickin' nailed. Will it also have figures on the map? Yeah, we're going to have figures on the map. We'll be able to put walls on the map as well. So when you cast a spell, and there'll be things to indicate areas of effect spells. So spells with an area of effect. So we're going to do all of that, and it's got to work via Signal R, and it's got to work remotely. So not just on my machine, but on other people's machines. So there's a lot of unknowns, things I haven't done before, but I am optimistic, and with your help, we'll work our way through it and get it working, and hopefully have a really awesome Dungeons and Dragons stream on Twitch. Will says, instead of manually doing everything like this, you could just use view models and set up data templates much simpler. For this right here, but this is dynamic, though. The number of players I have is dynamic from code or other options. I'm not sure. I guess what I'm saying, Will, is my confidence and skill in these areas is not high enough to agree with you that for me it would be much easier, much simpler. So yeah, I still need instruction in that, but that's kind of where we've got here. Let's talk about who we're going to send you off to next. Instafluff. All right, we're going to raid Instafluff's channel, send you all over there. Again, thanks so much everybody for being with us, and we will see you tomorrow. Codebase itself is winding up, so rating somewhere else. So Instafluff, hopefully they are going to be all happy. And with that, I say goodbye to you. Have a good weekend, everybody.